gave a blue baby nitric oxide to breathe, and the baby turned pink. I remember the nurse saying, "What did you do to the baby?" I said, "Well, we gave it a small amount of a poisonous gas, and it seems to have been helpful." Nitric oxide just worked because the gas opened the lung vessels up. So we knew we had the grail, something we'd sought all these years. For these babies, this is a life-saving gas.
Dear Dr. Zapp, hi. I just wanted to thank you and all those other people who do experiments and stuff. I was very sick when I was born, and that no stuff helped me get better. Well, this letter was 17 years ago. That discovery is why I'm still here.
The next morning after he was born, we could see people scurrying around and starting IV drips. And
they couldn't get his blood pressure stabilized, his oxygen was extremely low, and
we were concerned that he wouldn't make it.
But then the neonatologist came back to us and said, "We had this gas on study. It had such dramatic results that we took it off the study early."
He said, "Your child is the first person who's going to get nitric oxide." It's like, wow, that's amazing.
It was very much a miracle that we could bring him home right from the ICU, normal, healthy, and we're grateful.
So this is the standard of delivery of cylinder gas. Only very wealthy countries that can afford a lot of trucks and cylinders are doing this. What about the rest of the world? What about the rest of the world? I remember in the early 90s that NASA had flown an airplane through a lightning bolt, and they had measured a lot of nitric oxide in the pathway of the lightning bolt. And I said, aha, lightning bolts make nitric oxide. Why don't we just make our nitric oxide from a little lightning bolt? This is a very simple inspiratory synthesis of nitric oxide machine. There is a spark generator in here, which is a little tiny sparker. Each spark combines the nitrogen and oxygen in the air and makes nitric oxide.
The electric nitric oxide generated from air with the device we build in the lab, we obtain the same results of gas tank that we usually use in the hospital.
My father is a doctor, a scientist, an inventor, and an explorer. And I'm an entrepreneur who has successfully deployed innovation into the marketplace in order to better serve people. Together, we launched Third Pole in order to bring my father's invention of inhaled nitric oxide to people in need anywhere in the world, anytime they need it.
David has been an assistant in the laboratory since he could stand. He's got the right background for it, and most importantly, his passion for it.
It's very easy to be excited about saving babies. And what I found is that it's very easy to attract very talented people to join us because of that.
What initially attracted me to Third Pole was a tremendous unmet need to deliver a very small drug that can help hundreds of millions of people worldwide.
Our first generation product is the hospital unit. Next generation product, a wearable device, really opens up entirely new markets where people can take the technology home.
One very unique aspect of Third Pole's electrical generators of nitric oxide is that we're in fact a mini manufacturing facility within the device next to the patient. Everywhere that you have electricity and air, you're going to be able to generate nitric oxide.
In Uganda, if a child falls ill due to respiratory distress, and there's by far no ability to provide them with nitric oxide. And if we could make available to those children inhaled nitric oxide at the bedside, there's a real potential to reduce mortality by 20%.
There aren't very many medical stories where you take a sick unto death baby and convert them into a happy, healthy, normal baby that can go home and be like brothers and sisters. That's kind of hard to beat.